Dark Souls 2 is coming out in a week. Oh! Yes, it is. It's amazing. I can't stop playing these games. I've never wanted a game so much. I'm serious, though. The last time I remember wanting a game this bad was probably Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which I kind of ruined for myself. Didn't ruin, but I dumbed down my excitement, at least after the game came out, by knowing everything about the game before it came out. Because they would post those videos, or not videos, like pictures every single day of a new character, a new stage, a new item for like a while before the game came out. And by the time it came out, I knew every single thing about the game. So, that, I decided with Dark Souls 2, I should try to avoid that. So I've been trying to avoid that. I've watched a little bit of stuff. I played in the beta. But other than that, I'm trying to avoid information about Dark Souls 2. So, yeah, I'm excited. I don't know if you are. Hopefully you are. If you're watching this, be excited. And if you like watching gameplay of Demon Souls or Dark Souls, even if you don't play the game, it's pretty interesting to watch. You can go to the link in the description or at the bottom of the video, in the middle, and watch me stream. I'm probably not going to be streaming at the moment this video goes up, but I will be later today probably, of some Demon Souls. I've been playing a ton of Dark Souls lately, but then I kind of got over it, now I'm playing Demon Souls. So this is me just running through World 4 2, playing with my girlfriend, letting her summon me. I'm kind of just streaming me watching her play, sometimes helping her out. And yeah, this is just me having to go through the level again, because I have to be able to get to the next level to play with her again. See, this is a thing that I was hoping they were going to change in Dark Souls 2, but I don't think it's going to happen. Well, they made it better in Dark Souls than Demon Souls, in some ways. It's kind of annoying how there's parts of summoning, or parts of the game in general, that are better in Demon Souls, that they, made not as good in Dark Souls, but then there's more things that are better in Dark Souls, of course. But the things that they kind of downgraded, not really a fan of that. So I guess I'm really excited to see what's changed in Dark Souls 2. Now, of the very little information that I know, because I don't want to know much, I know that you can't drop items for people that you're playing with. Like if you have somebody summoned, or if you are summoned to somebody, you can't drop items for them to pick up. Now, this is information coming out of the beta, so it could be just them. They could have just did that for the beta because they want people to experience the game on their own for the most part, other than summoning people, obviously. But they could have just done that so that people weren't sharing stuff. Maybe. I don't know. I hope so, because that's kind of a fun part of being summoned, especially when you have a completed character, or you just have a character however far along that they are. Then you trade your items to somebody else, and then trade them back to another character. That can be nice, especially maybe not for your first playthrough. That's something I wouldn't mind. If they say you can't drop items on your first playthrough, or pick up items from other people, that would, I guess, be fine with me. But once you've been playing this game, you're on your 5th playthrough, you've played hundreds of hours of this game, and you're just wanting to fool around with different types of characters and everything, why not just let people trade items? I don't know. I don't like that. Other than that, what do we got? I don't really know that much about Dark Souls 2, and like I said, I don't want to. But things that I don't think the item burden is back, which is good. That was kind of a I guess it can be seen as a good or bad thing in Demon Souls, because a lot of things are kind of opinion based whether or not they're good or bad. Because some things are good because they make it harder, some things are good because they make it not easier but more convenient, I guess. It's kind of a hard line to figure out which side to pick in these games. Should it be hard, just for the sake of being hard, or should you make some things convenient because they're annoying? Like what they did to fix the horrible, well, not horrible, but it didn't seem horrible at the time, but then once Dark Souls came out, it became pretty evident that it wasn't the best idea. In Demon Souls, your magic and your health are both dependent, like for recovering them, are both dependent on how many items you have, basically, because you can get a ton of healing items and MP recovering items, but that can be a good or bad thing. That means it can be easier and it can be harder, but the way that it's going to be easier is if you grind for hours for those items, other than the fact that there's a duplication glitch which makes the game insanely easy. Aside from that, if you're playing it normally, it really just becomes a game of grinding time investment for no reason. So I like what they did with the bonfires and the restoration of your limited Estus flasks, and they balanced it out well. So that's good that that's returning. But there's also seems to be some, like an item called a life gem that kind of just restores your HP over time. There's probably bigger ones, maybe restore it faster. I have no idea, but that seems like it's a an item you can get a ton of. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe they're rare or something. I don't think so, because of all the videos, they seem to be pretty common. But that's something that could be interesting. Oh, and the other thing, I remember, the other thing to do with summoning in Dark Souls 2 is that there's a kind of different approach to summoning and healing your summons. So you summon somebody, and in Demon Souls, if you summon somebody, they have to heal themselves, and you have to heal yourself. That's all there is. But in Dark Souls, you heal other people by drinking Estus flasks, and they can't heal with Estus flasks unless they can heal if they have humanity or healing spells. But in Dark Souls 2, it seems like both people have to heal themselves again. So we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully the system isn't broken. Hopefully they figured it out. I think they did. I trust them enough. So we'll see how that goes. And on that note, I don't know if there'll be a video on Friday because my girlfriend's coming over tomorrow for a long time. And the next 2 weeks of videos, we should be doing them, but there might be her in them. So, as long as Cody's internet works. See you guys then.